You're watching SoundersFC.com. Hello, my name's Ross Fletcher. This is the CenturyLink Scouting Report with DC United in town for the only matchup this season with the Sounders. Now, DC have sadly had a year to forget so far. 2 wins in 17 regular season games means they're rooted to the bottom of the East, winless away and having scored just 8 times. It's a far cry from last year's heroics in reaching the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, they do have some very dangerous players, but they're clearly low on confidence. A banana skin game, if ever there was one. Here are 3 of their players to watch. Dwayne De Rosario, the former MLS MVP, has had a difficult season, scoring twice in 13 games. His season's been disrupted by suspension and a recent hip injury. On his day, the 35-year-old forward can be sublime. He's got great skill, technique and finishing ability. Chris Pontius. Like De Rosario, he had a terrific 2012, but injury means he's struggled to find consistency and his confidence looks to have suffered. His only goal this season was a winner against San Jose from the penalty spot recently. He scored twice and assisted on the other goal in a big win for DC in Seattle 3 years ago. Nick DeLeon. The wide midfielder had a terrific first season which saw him nominated for the 2012 Rookie of the Year, but he's carried a lot of pressure and responsibility this season and has found it challenging. He's got good pace and a decent touch, and he's capable of providing good service into the box. Now, DC's most recent game, the 1-0 home defeat by Vancouver, sums up their problems in microcosm. They've got good play in the middle third, but poor decision-making in the final third. Also, the luck isn't going for them. But there is a reason why they haven't scored from open play for 565 minutes, and here is why. The first clip we're going to show you is good approach play by DC United down this right-hand side. Ethan White with the ball to Chris Korb. It's a wonderful run by Korb, but we'll stop the play here. As he's got wide, he's in all sorts of space to make that pass into the area, and as luck would have it, or more by skill, De Rosario is wide open here. It just needs a square pass into De Rosario, and it's an almost certain goal. But the quality of Korb's pass is what really lets him down. In it comes, behind De Rosario, almost works to Pontius, but it's definitely the wrong choice, if indeed that was the ball that Korb tried to play. The players exasperated in the early part of that game. Let's roll it on to a little bit later in the match. And again, it seems like good build-up play down the left-hand side this time by DC United. De Rosario swinging it wide, changing the angle of attack. As it comes here to Porter, look what he's got here. Loads of space to take his man on one-on-one, and instead of either cutting inside or going hard at his man, Porter goes wide. He's forced into a cul-de-sac, and as you can see, he eventually loses the ball. It's a pure and simple lack of confidence. No directness from Porter when it really needed him to take his man on at pace. Some other problems they have, again, in that final third. What we'll see here, DC United with good approach play, again Ethan White to Saini Nyasi. He's got men pouring into the middle, takes it wide, it should be a cross or at least a shot to the far post. Instead, the wrong decision by Saini Nyasi. These are the kind of issues that DC United are running into. One more, just to exemplify it, later on in the game, DC chasing the match. Here it is with Pahoy. Terrific run from Alan Rochat, who does really well to beat his man, has to put the ball in here, but what does he do? He takes an extra touch. That vital extra touch means the ball goes out of play when he had players loaded up in the box. He does so well here with the run and beating his man. It's here he needs to put it in, players screaming for the ball. Why he took that extra little nick, I really don't know. And when it's not going for you, it's really not going for you. Here's Bill Hamid, the DC keeper, clearly winning the ball ahead of Matt Watson. It was called a penalty, a very harsh decision. What happens? Camilo tucked it away for the only goal of the game. Ben Olsen, the DC coach, left fuming. DC down on their luck and down at the moment at the bottom of the Eastern Conference. So if you want to watch the Sounders against DC United, there's a choice as ever. It's Kong TV with a 7 o'clock kickoff this Wednesday. Myself and Casey Keller with you. Or you can listen to the radio call on Cairo Radio. That's 97.3 FM. I'm Ross Fletcher, and that was your CenturyLink Scouting Report.
Look at the pace.
Absolutely sensational by the Sounders! Hey kids, come train like the first team. Join us this year at Sounders FC Youth Soccer Camps. Have fun and improve your skills. Meet players, make friends and learn from the best. Visit camps.soundersfc.com. Space is limited, so sign up today.